In this video, I'm going to give you a behind-the-scenes, in-depth look at all the technology that RealBroker gives to its agents. So there's 5 main pieces of technology that we're going to be covering today. The first is reZEN. This is the online dashboard, gives you all the stats and statistics about your personal business. The next is going to be Real Academy. Real Academy is where you're going to get access to over 170 online courses instantly and for free, as well as all the weekly masterminds that go on at Real. I also cover Workplace. Workplace is how you're going to tap into the over 11,000 agent community here at Real. You can mastermind, ask questions, and talk to other agents through Workplace. And then I'll cover Chime. Chime is an incredibly powerful CRM and website for real estate agents, and RealBroker has a partnership with Chime. And finally, I'll show you my favorite piece of technology that RealBroker gives to its agents, and that is the Agent app. Now, before I dive into all this technology, if you are looking for a sponsor into RealBroker or even a co-sponsor in RealBroker, I'd be more than happy to help you out with that. I have a link down in the description below to where you can schedule a one-on-one video call with myself, talk to you more about RealBroker, and answer any of your questions about this company. So the first piece of technology I want to show you is reZEN. And this is their online dashboard where you get a screenshot of your entire business and all your multiple streams of income that you have. Because at Real, we have multiple streams of income. We have income from our commissions, income from the free stock that we earn in the company, and then income from revenue share for us helping grow the company. And so this is kind of what the back end here looks like. You can see how close you are to capping, how many transactions you've closed during this capping cycle, how much commission that you've earned. All the pertinent information, your broker's contact information is right there. How much free stock that you've earned so far. And that's actually not even accurate. There's a lot more free stock that I've gotten just besides that. And then your revenue share as well. You can get a screen capture of all this, right here at your fingertips. What I love about the revenue share side of things as well is that you can see your entire upline as well as the contact information of that upline. And then you can see your entire downline at Real as well. So these are all the agents in my tier 1. And then I can go and look at them and see who's in their tier 1, which is my second tier. And I can go down even further, see who's in their tier as well. And again, you can get the contact information of all these agents in your upline as well, all the way down in your downline. Here you can see how much revenue share you've earned as well and how much pending revenue share you have. And you can actually break this down by the individual agents and the transactions that they've closed, which is pretty cool. So you can actually congratulate somebody on, closing a transaction when they do that. And here you can see how much commission you've made off of each transaction that you've closed recently. And what I love is that you can it stores all the information about all these transactions. So here's my most recent transactions right here. This one closed the other day. And I can pull this up and see all the pertinent information about this transaction, what my commission was. You can also see all the contact information and for each of the participants in that transaction, including the co-op agents, the buyers, the sellers, the title company, all that information. So this is super helpful if you ever need to go back. Now, for you to create a new transaction, so after you get a home under contract, you create a new transaction and you upload the documents in here to do that. It's actually a very simple process. They've done a great job designing the back end, and they've just got a great UI interface for doing all this. And every transaction that you get, you're also going to have a kind of a chat log with your broker about that transaction, and all that information gets saved in here as well. So this is my most recent transaction. I had to get some back and forth. My broker is asking him some questions, and it can save all that communication right here for each of those transactions, which is super helpful. Now, every transaction is also going to have, so it's going to have this checklist here, which kind of shows you where you're at in that process of the transaction, what's been approved, and if there's anything that it needs to bring to your attention. And then we have a checklist here of all the required forms. And so this is very similar to SkySlope, where we'll upload or assign a form to one of these fields, and then your broker is going to review it and accept and approve your document for that. And it's super helpful having your broker review everything, obviously, just to make sure that you're following all the laws, you didn't miss any documents. Again, you can see all the details of every transaction right in here. Here's the comment section. We have a file cabinet if you need to upload anything. And then it even has a activity feed of kind of where everything is at. So if you ever need to go back and say, hey, did my broker review this? Did he look at this? Did he get this document? And so you can do this for every single transaction. And it's very simple, very easy, intuitive. I think that they did a great job designing this at Real. So we have a fantastic design team and technology team. They did all of this themselves. You can go to your office and just get all the pertinent information that you may need, including your broker's contact information is right here. Brokerage license ID number. So super, super convenient just having all this information at your fingertips. If you have a team, you can see the details about your team. I've just got a small marketing group, just my mom and I right now. Now, we also have Real Signature. This is a new feature that they just rolled out. If you want to get a signature on a document, they have this here for you to use. And it's like everything, it's just super easy to use this software, in my opinion. They really just kind of walk you through every step. And I really love how they've kind of, everything's just really easy to use. So let's just give a quick little example here. Let's say I need a document, a signature on this document. We can add the buyers, add the sellers. So let's see, the buyers, sellers, we'll hit next. And I want a signature block right there. Buyer number 1, we hit preview and then publish and send, and that'll send this signature out for the buyers to review and sign. So again, Real Broker's design team designed this whole software right here. And I think they've done a fantastic job. It's super easy, super intuitive. Patesh, who is kind of the chief technology officer here at Real, he says that, he wants his software to be very intuitive, and that if you need a tutorial on how to use his software, then he's done something wrong. It should be so simple that you don't need a tutorial on how to do it. And he gave the example of Gmail. You don't need a tutorial on how to use Gmail. You just kind of figure it out intuitively by having great design. And that was his kind of goal with this as well, is that it should be very easy for you to figure out. So in here we have a link to the marketing center, and this is really just additional marketing resources for you. So let's say you want the logo, right? You can download the logos, and they have video logos right in here. They've got a style guide. They've got all the colors in here if you want to use these in your own marketing. They have fonts and animation. So they've got all this great useful information here. And in here, they've also got templates on different websites like Vistaprint, for example. So if you want a business card, just a really simple business card, they have templates made up already in compliance with your state's regulations and requirements. You just click on your state, and then you can kind of design your own simple business card, with this type of branding. So they have these templates. They have a bunch of other marketing material in their Vistaprint store already set up. And then the same thing for the yard signs as well. They've got templates made up on Oakley signs and other things. And of course, you can do your own custom designs as well. You can custom design it. You just need to email it to Real for them to review that for you and make sure it's in compliance with your state regulation. Real is actually very flexible with your marketing and your branding. Really just have to have that Real logo on there somewhere. And then everything else is just going to be up to your state's requirements and make sure that you're in compliance with your state's regulations. But as far as Real goes, they're very relaxed with their branding and marketing. We just need to have that logo on there somewhere. Now in here, you can also generate reports for you or for somebody in your team. So you can do closed transactions, and you can do a custom range. You can do 12 months, generate and download CSV, and it puts all those transactions, all that information into a spreadsheet for you to use right there. So if you're trying to create a database or anything like that. And again, if you're a team leader, you can do that for everybody in your team. Here we have events. And these are just kind of upcoming events that you can register. And these are all training and classes right here. So you can see we got quite a lot. We've always got a lot coming up. You can look at past events, over 405 past events. So these are all like live streams and training classes that are going on. Chipotle account. Chipotle is how we get free stock in the company. So you have to create an account with Chipotle. And when Real gives you free stock, it goes into your Chipotle account. And then we have some additional links here. So this would be probably your free referral site. And Real does give you a website, but it's a very basic website. So let me show you that real quick. So even if you don't sign up for Chime, like you'll get this website that you can start using on your business cards. It's just onereal.com/Malcolm-Lawson. And your clients can look at properties, they can contact you, they can search for zip codes. So it's a really basic website, but it is something that you can start using this immediately in your branding. And so that's pretty much everything in what they're calling reZEN, right? And this is just like your dashboard here. They also have this new thing with the latest announcements and everything in the company. You can see that right here. So the next thing I want to look at is let's look at Real Academy. And there's a link to that right in here. Now, Real Academy is where you're going to get completely free access to all the classes that we have here at Real Broker. Last number I've heard was over 170 online classes. Plus, we have a bunch of these masterminds that go on. I lead a bi-weekly YouTube mastermind every other week, and you can get access to all the past recordings here in Real Academy. So this is my account here. It kind of shows me what classes I'm signed up for right now, how far along I am in each of these classes, and then upcoming events here. And so just as an example, this is the mastermind that I teach with Bill Olson every other week. And I can come back here and look at some of the past classes that we taught. So let's see, this one here was all about using AI and Chat GPT and a couple tricks. And, we're just kind of masterminding about it and kind of going over how we're all using this in our YouTube channels and really in our real estate businesses. You can come back, and this one was channel reviews and answering people's questions, where I'm looking at people's channels and giving them feedback. This is the one we did just yesterday on Tuesday. We had another mastermind going over tips and giving people tips on how to get more clicks. And so you can, you have access to all these replays right here in the Real Academy. And you can kind of broken down by sections. So business development, online marketing. You can come in here. You want social media basics, YouTube, Google, Instagram, Facebook, Clubhouse. Like we've got a tremendous amount of training in here. It can actually be a little overwhelming. There's so many online classes, in here. So just on YouTube alone, we've got Jeremy Knight, we got Karen Carr, we got lots of really like Byrne and Dan Parker here. So a lot of really like high level agents. There's my entire class that I taught all about YouTube lead generation. So we can click on that and see the entire class. And I love that, all the training is right here. It's if you know how to play a video, you can watch the training. And yeah, you have instant access to probably tens of thousands of dollars worth of free training here in the Real Academy. And we also have masterminds in here as well. Let me see if we can find any of those. But the masterminds are usually 40, 50 agents all hop on a video call and you kind of mastermind about a specific topic. So here's Katie Day and Bob Tompkins, social media and marketing mastermind. They do this every Monday, and we come back here, watch replays of all of their past classes as well. So this mastermind is all about generating business. So I should be able to pull this up and watch this training in here. No, maybe it's not working right now. Of course not. But yeah, so this is pretty cool. And you're really pretty valuable having access to all this training completely for free and be able to kind of keep track of that for you as well. So here we go. This one's working here. And we can kind of fast forward. And usually, it's a lot of agents on here, a lot of top agents from around the country. And this is really kind of how you get to mastermind and meet agents, is through these weekly masterminds that go on. So that's the Real Academy. Here you can see a calendar of all the upcoming training that we have here as well. Now, another tool that you're going to get access to is Workplace. Now, Workplace was created by Facebook, so it looks very similar to Facebook, but it's only people in your organization that have access to this. So you're not going to find family photos and vacation photos on here. This is Sharon, the president of Real Broker. He's very active in Workplace. But this is going to be all business-focused content on here. People sharing their tips and strategies and, providing a lot of training and everything in here. And of course, it's going to be broken down into different groups that you can go into. So we have media masters here. You can create your own group if you want to. And this is kind of how you can mastermind with all the agents in here. There is a referral center, and there's nice, neat format in here. So Monroe, New Jersey, San Diego, California, Reeford, North Carolina, Puerto Rico. And you can see like this is very active, this referral group. All these referrals so far, all in the last 24 hours. So it's very active. And you actually come up here. A little pro tip is you can set notifications to all posts, and then make sure you kind of set this group to a priority if you want to keep track of that, of the referrals. And then every state has their own group as well. So if you have state specific questions or a local question, or you need hey, what sign company is everybody using, in my area, you can mastermind with the agents just in your state specific group as well. And of course, they've got a great messenger feature in here where you can get into one-on-one conversations with agents. And so I love this because I'll do a mastermind, and then maybe, I'll message somebody from that mastermind, or people will message me after the mastermind, and I can start communicating them. And this is really like Workplace is how you tap into the community here at Real Broker. And it's how you're going to start networking and meeting agents from all around the country, which is really pretty cool. Now, the next piece of software I want to show you is Chime. So Chime is a very powerful CRM and website, and it is incredibly powerful. This Chime absolutely can be a game changer for your entire business if you really leverage it properly. And so this is kind of the back end of the CRM here. Of course, you got different like categories of leads that you can kind of create funnels and kind of move them along to these different categories. And if I come here to this one I got the other day, and one of the coolest things is that there's an AI chatbot that will text leads automatically and get into a one-on-one conversation with those leads, all automatically. It's all through their phone's text. So I got this lead the other day, and the AI assistant texted, "Hi, Caitlin, received your inquiry online. I'm Anna. How can we help you? Or are you just browsing or thinking of making a move at some point?" And then the lead started texting back, "Hi, Anna, I'm just browsing for now. There are many possible moves in the future, but just looking at the moment. No problem. Can you tell me a little bit about what you're looking for so I can send you some homes to look at during your free time? What location are you interested in?" And so I just started asking them questions, and it figured out what location this buyer is interested in, what their timeline is, what price range they're in. And then it set them up on an automatic weekly email of homes that meet that criteria. And it's kind of given me all that information that is collected. And it's all automatically done this. It's kind of like pre-qualified this lead for me. And so now I could text this lead, or I could call them up like, "Hey, Anna's told me that she set you up on this property alert. That's fantastic. Are you interested in looking at any of these properties?" And so this is like very, very powerful stuff that you can do with this. I have another lead that I had, right here. And so this lead says, Anna was texting it, and the lead said, "Yeah, I would love it if Malcolm could give me a call." And she says, "No problem. I have my colleague Malcolm call you back." So it can pre-qualify these leads for you, get them ready, and actually have them request that you give them a call. And it's all automatic, which is amazing. So and this is only scratching the surface of some of the things that this software can do for your business. So in here under campaigns, you can run buyer campaigns and seller campaigns automatically through Facebook and Google through your Chime website. And, Chime's very advanced. They do these kind of ads all the time. They can help you set these ads up for generating buyer leads, for generating seller leads, for remarketing to certain areas and marketing your listings, for local services. You can even do geographical farming, direct mail campaigns. And so through this, you can create smart plans that, let's say you have you close a transaction, you can set that client to a past client, and this thing will email them, maybe once a quarter, and it will actually mail them postcards as well. So every quarter, every month, or maybe on their transaction history day, the next year, it can mail them postcards automatically through the smart plans that you set up. Here's just some examples of some of the postcards that it can mail out if you want to do geographical farming. And so you can do all of that right here in the CRM. It is incredibly powerful. Some of the stuff you can do. And of course, these are some examples of the different smart plans that you can set up here. And it kind of shows you some of the workflow. So initial contact, nurturing, opportunity capture, property marketing, transaction, and then after close. And you can kind of see, you can create these yourself. You can also look at other ones that other people have created and kind of download those smart plans. If you come here to a library, you can look at smart plans that other people have created. And it's a combination of, emails, text, Facebook ads, kind of retargeting them, flyers and postcards that you can mail them, and all these smart plans that you can just download and start applying right to your leads, which is pretty amazing. Reporting, you can see, how much activity has been on your website. Marketplace, in here you can pay for kind of these upgrades. So Google pay-per-click, Facebook dynamic ads, listing promotions, geographical farming. You can do all this in the house, which is pretty impressive. And just so you know, Chime is usually $500 a month for you to get a subscription to Chime service. At Real, you get it for $40 a month, and it is the full Chime. It's the full access to all the Chime. In fact, you actually get a few additional bonuses that they don't usually give out. So you get full access to your entire Chime website. And if you want to run Google pay-per-clicks or Facebook ads, you can do that as well. Now, Chime also gives you a website, and you can design that website right in here. You can also create landing pages in here as well. So this is my website, livinginmaryland.chime.me. And if I go here to the editor, I'll show you how easy it is to design these websites. It's literally all just drag and drop. So this is kind of the back end of the website builder. And so if I want to say I want to add a new block, so here's just some examples of some of the blocks you can do. Let's go to call to actions, and you find one that you like. I like this one. I want to drag this, and you can kind of say where you want to drag this. And you know what? Let's move this call to action up on the website. You know what? Let's get rid of that one. And you can see you can do calendars, contact forms, guides, galleries of images. Here's your different hero images you can have at the very top here, if you like one design more than the other one. And so there's a lot of flexibility in how you design your main website. And they have, you can build landing pages as well. They have a very similar design feature for that also. And if I want to go and look at my website, one thing that I like is that you can enter in the different zip codes that you cover, which is what I did right here. And if somebody clicks on that, it pulls up all the stats and statistics for that area, including a map of what that area is, what the average sales price is, total listings, population. And they can start looking at some of these listings. Of course, they need to register to get access to all the information. So you have to force that registration. But you can totally customize like when it does that forced registration, if you want to do that at all. And I think it's a very beautiful website right here. Get all the information about the home. Of course, some of that information is locked until they subscribe, and then they can schedule a tour right here as well. And this is essentially how they can reach out to you and how you generate those leads. And so a lot of people will essentially just create a page like this, single level homes in Annapolis, Maryland, or homes under 500,000 in Annapolis, Maryland, and just run ads for those, sending people directly to this website right here. And so I think it's absolutely a beautiful website. It's super easy for you to customize this website and kind of play around with it and design it as well. And so, yeah, Chime is a very, very powerful tool. It can actually take quite a while for you to really dive into this and really know how to use all these tools properly. But if you leverage this properly, it can completely change your entire real estate business. That's not an understatement. There's a channel called The Lazy Agent. Tommy Muchler, he's here at Real as well, and he's got some fantastic content all about how he really leverages his Chime website at a very high level and goes over a lot of tips and hacks that you can use for your Chime website. So the next piece of technology I want to show you is my favorite piece of tech, and that is the Real Broker Agent app. So everything that I showed you on the dashboard earlier, you can get access to all that information right here on your app as well. And so essentially you can run your entire business from right here on your phone, which is pretty amazing. So once again, when you first pull up the app, it shows you what your commission is for this capping cycle, how close you are to capping, how many transactions that you've had, how much revenue share you've earned so far, and kind of all the stats about the revenue share as well as some information about some of the stock that you may have purchased if you opt into that. And again, you can go and look at all the different transactions that you've had and get information about each of those transactions, see what your commission was on each of those. And for each transaction, you can pull up all that pertinent information again for that transaction. And you can see your checklist of where you're at in that transaction, whether your broker has reviewed your contract yet and approved everything. My favorite thing is that you can get the contact information of all the parties in that transaction. So if you're on the road and you need the co-op agent's contact information, you need the title company's phone number, all that information can be stored right here in your agent app. And this is huge for me because I used to have to track all that information separately, and just having all of that right here on your phone is really, really valuable to me. And again, you can see the comments and see kind of a chat dialogue with your broker and yourself about each of those individual transactions. So just that alone, just having information, all that information that you need for every transaction that you have, is huge, especially if you got multiple transactions going on and you're kind of juggling that information back and forth. So I think that is super, super valuable to me and super cool. Now in here, you can also generate reports like you can on your phone, and you can get all the contact information of your broker as well. You also have access to real signatures on here as well. So let's say you have an addendum that you need to get signed by your buyer. You can download that addendum, upload it here to real signatures, sending off to your buyer, get them to sign it and give it back to you all right here on your phone. You don't need to go back to your desktop just to get a signature on a document. And that is huge. Again, that's just like makes your life just more efficient. And you can run your entire business pretty much right here from the phone. You can also access Real Academy and listen to the training classes from right here on your phone as well. This is also really cool. So if there's a mastermind going on and you're driving that day, you can register and you can listen to that mastermind on your phone. You can listen to different classes on your phone while you're driving around or while you're on the airplane or something like that. So I think that's super, super helpful as well. And then of course we have a support section on here. Support's really important to a lot of agents. I think we've got great support here. So we have an FAQ section, but most of the time you're going to be emailing support. And so you can email them on my transaction, technical support, others, and you can directly email support. But let's say it's something more urgent, you really want to talk to somebody, you can call support 24 hours, 7 days a week. We have a support hotline that you can call directly on your phone and talk to a real live human being ASAP. Then of course here they've got a calendar section where you can see upcoming training and classes that's going on at Real Broker, which you can get access to as well. And just a lot of other information in here, such as your broker's contact information, broker's license number, the address or where you need to mail checks to. All that information can be found right here on the Real Broker app. Super, super convenient that you don't need to email somebody in an office to find out what your broker's license number is or what address to send a check to. It's all right here, built right into your agent app. And so for me personally, I am on this app almost every single day, you know, kind of keeping track of my transactions, keeping track of revenue share. And this app has like literally changed how I run my entire business. My favorite feature is just getting all that information about each transaction that you have under contract. I find that to be an absolute game changer in my own real estate business. So if you think that Real Broker may be a good fit for you and your business, I'd be more than happy to have a one-on-one conversation with you. I have a link down in the description below where you can sign up for a free one-on-one video call with myself. We can talk about Real Broker, talk about your business, and see if it'd be a good fit for you or not. And if you haven't seen my interview with Sharon, the president of Real Broker, you can check that out right here. I think it's a great interview. Sharon talks a lot about his vision for the company, as well as some future technology that they're going to be rolling out here pretty soon. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you.